the 6 million people killed and went through all the various categories, but she failed to mention Jewish people.
Yeah. Diminishing of the Jews' experience in the Holocaust is an agenda from the far left, because they hate the Jews.
We've known for years, haven't we, another of our great strengths is the state-run BBC.
Oh,
As children we realise that. Now, as we get older, we
Yeah.
realise it as well. So they continue to be pathetic, as they always are. So Ravia Singh, have you heard of her? She's a presenter. She's probably interviewed.
I probably know
you.
her face.
I think she's in Manchester. She was in Manchester for a long time.
Right.
Ravia
I
Singh.
think I know her face.
She was talking. She was doing an article on the anniversary of the liberation of Auschwitz.
Yeah.
And she mentioned the 6 million people killed and went through all the various categories, but she failed to mention Jewish people.
Yeah.
So it's like, okay, is the BBC's anti-Semitism so profound now that they even deny that Jews were killed during the Holocaust? This is where we're getting to.
It's.
I don't know if you saw that.
No, I've read the story. I didn't see the clip. Yeah, shocking. I mean, you'd imagine a mistake like that would have to be on purpose.
It's massive, isn't it? Yeah.
It's like talking about transatlantic slave trade and not saying the word black African.
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean, I'd be just as annoyed if they did talk about the 6 million Jews, but then didn't mention anybody else.
Yes.
Like all the gays and disabled and
Yeah.
gypsies they slaughtered in
Yeah.
the millions. I'd be just as annoyed as that, because just tell us the facts. Stop twisting things to fit your narrative.
Are they now trying to whitewash the Holocaust then? Is that what they're trying to do?
Well,
Because of course there's a lot of the left I've heard say the Holocaust didn't happen.
yeah, they've been trying to do this for a while. I mean, I've got questions about the Holocaust, and I'm not a Holocaust denier, but I think no, it's well worth a field of study about that period of time. But it's a fact that, Jews were murdered and slaughtered, and, we've got lots of evidence for lots of things. But the diminishing of the Jews' experience in the Holocaust is an agenda from the far left, because they hate the Jews, but the Jews always come back with Holocaust, and the Jews have used the Holocaust in their favour as well. So talk about identity politics. Jews have been doing this for a long time.
Yeah.
But if the left can diminish the impact and the public psyche around the Holocaust, it's easier to hate the Jews.
Yes. Yeah.
Hence why Israel is always being accused of genocide, because they're using that accusation against them to diminish what they went through during the Second World War.
Yeah.
What's happening in Palestine and Gaza and all that isn't a genocide. It may be right, it may be wrong. The war may be justified, it may not be justified. Israel are killing thousands of civilians on purpose or by accident. There's whole things we can discuss here, but it's not a genocide by any means of the imagination. But to accuse Jews of that is to diminish what they went through.
But I think it is shocking, this, isn't it? Because we've seen the BBC's bias towards the Palestinians and Gaza and Hamas and all that sort of stuff, and now they are continuing this whitewash against the Jews by not mentioning them during an article. I mean, it's quite shocking, and it's so blatant as well. It's not even hidden in or subtle. There's no subtlety involved anymore with these people. They are just doing it to our faces, basically. We're being gaslit. If
they did give it a figure like, we're celebrating the Holocaust week this week, and it's 80 years since the liberation of Auschwitz, and during the Second World War, the genocide killed 27 million people.
Yeah.
Well, that includes everybody who was killed, but they didn't. They said 6 million people. Well, the 6 million people were all Jews. We know the number 6 million.
We do.
Nothing surprises me with the BBC anymore. Nothing surprises me.
The BBC did a puff piece with Bill Gates, who happens to fund the BBC Media Action Charity,
right?
Which is also funded by USAID, which has just been closed down by Trump.
Yeah.
And during this puff piece, which is basically saying how fantastic Bill Gates was. I mean, Elon Musk is the guy to talk to if you're going to talk to somebody like that. He basically said that under 16 should be banned from social media, and that Robert F. Kennedy is a bad guy, basically. And the BBC, again, showing extreme bias, are promoting Bill Gates. because he's at the heart of a lot of these things that they're involved in, I
Yeah,
think.
he supports their narrative and he's on the right side. Now, social media and internet access for young people on their smartphones is a huge problem. I don't know what the answer is, but it is a huge problem, and it needs discussing. But just to have that discussion, as in a blanket ban for under 16s, that's not even a discussion.
No.
And I don't think it could be done.
No.
But what they're trying to get at is worth a huge discussion in society.
Yeah.
Because phones are damaging young people.
Yeah, I think you're right. Andrew Marr, again, he's no longer on the BBC, but I thought I'd include him on this. So
somebody was showing clips of him the other day at the election going, we need sensible people involved, and do you know what, Labour's won now, and it's great having sensible people in charge. It's like we've gone back to normal now, that we've got these sensible, and they were playing all those clips the other day. It's like, oh, that's not aged well, has it? That's not aged well.
So he wrote an article, and it was in the Telegraph. I've studied the arm angles of Musk, and this is what I've concluded. And I just thought, no one gives a shit, Andy. No one gives a shit what you think.
That is one of the most pathetic headlines I've ever read.
Oh, did you see that?
Yeah. He studied the arm angles.
Yeah.
So that's how you know someone's a Nazi, because of their arm angles. It's just that continuation of a dog with a bone. They don't want to let this go because it always works before.
It's the only thing they've got.
Yes.
But the point is, nobody cares what Andrew Marr thinks anyway, do they? No one cares, mate. You're finished.